Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you a great experience in Souk in Benguerir city. It was about a whole lamb spear roasted and served to clients in a traditional city in Souk. This classic and traditional way of spit roasting a sheep is really one of the most delicious ways to taste the meat differently from the normal ways at home. We are now at Rahba 3:15 a.m. very early in the morning. It's a place where cattle is bought and sold. We went with Mr. Aziz to buy a lamb, and this usually takes him half an hour or a little more to find the quality he's looking for. They always keep bargaining until a price is agreed upon. Next, a man gets the earthen oven ready for fire. This oven has been used since ancient times by diverse cultures and societies, primarily for but not exclusive to baking before the invention of cast iron stoves and gas and electric ovens. Before slaughtering the lamb, the animal is brought to the slaughterhouse and laid down gently so as not injuring, and a sentence, Bismillah Allahu Akbar, is always said loudly or sometimes quietly. This is the prescribed method for slaughter for halal animals. It consists of a swift deep incision to the throat with a very sharp knife cutting the windpipe, jugular veins, and carotid arteries on both sides but leaving the spinal cord intact. While blood is draining, the animal is not handled until it has died for sure. Cutting the animal should be handled with too much care because it's the most important part to fit it in the iron spit and attach it very well with cord so that it remains in place and the meat is roasted very well. Internal organs, heart, lungs, liver, spleen, kidneys, the intestines, and the fat are brought out and put together, and then they are rolled into one shape inside the fat and tightened with the intestines, and then one more time tightened with a piece of cord to keep everything in place while in the oven. The next step is checking that the oven has reached the desired temperature and the wood or coals have turned into red hot embers. And now Mr. Aziz is trying to attach the four lamb carcasses to the spit with cords so that they will not fall apart when lowered down into the very hot oven. He uses special techniques he learned from his father to attach the lambs to the spit, and he said he could do that even with his eyes shut. With a pair of spit forks, they break the legs of the lamb so to keep it balanced onto the spit, and then they place the lamps on the bottom of the oven. They are put gently one after the other, leaning against the walls of the oven to be roasted on slow but very hot fire in the oven. Kindling was admitted through the opening in the top. Small air hole was also made therein at the base of the oven, called the eye of the oven, which was made to ensure sufficient air circulation as well as used to clear out the oven from its accumulated wood ash. Then they close the mouth of the oven with a metal lid with some clay to ensure the heat won't escape very quickly out before the lamb is roasted. This lid is used for covering and sealing the top opening, and they use their hands to place the clay on that lid. After 4 to 5 hours, they open the lid and the lambs are ready and done to perfection. They get them out together with the kebab and the heads of the sheep, which were also placed in the oven. The meat looks very crispy and yummy. The oven is still very hot with the embers left in the bottom. They now keep the mouth of the oven open just to avoid over roasting the lambs which are still there. They just want to keep them hot until the first one they get out is completely cut and sold. The taste of the meat is really irresistible and it looks so attractive to the eyes and very satisfying to every empty stomach. It is really the juiciest, most incredible lamb roast we have ever seen. Mr. Aziz starts sharpening the knives and inviting people to enjoy the morning roast which has just been removed from the oven and is still hot. He starts calling clients to sit down and enjoy the roast with some bread and Moroccan tea with mint. The kilo costs 180 mod and the coffee setting is very traditional, simple and awesome. They provide wooden chairs and long wooden tables on which clients are served the roasted meat, kebab and steamed head of a sheep. Mr. Aziz is still using a very old scale that he inherited from his father, and he said that this scale represents the old days where people used to be very generous. But he said with these electronic scales people are using today, people have become very mean and even grams of products are counted and paid. He keeps talking to his clients while serving them, and sometimes he narrates some stories or even hears from some people who always came to his cafe to enjoy the lamb roast. Salt and cumin are always there for people to sprinkle the meat if necessary, and Mr. Aziz sometimes give the meat a good sprinkle of salt and cumin if the clients don't oppose using them. He places the cut meat in a dish and his son serves the clients with a wide smile and welcoming nice words. Me and my father were lucky to be the first two clients to taste the lamb roast as it got out of the oven, and Mr. Aziz was very generous, offering a little bit more, which he said was for free and just a habit that he learned from his father. With some tea and bread, that was really so satisfying and extraordinary. That was really one of the most fascinating experiences that I have ever had in my life. Thank you so much for following me and see you soon.